We are over on my desktop right now, and we're going to start our journey of finding successful products to sell on Amazon with Google. Now, the reason why is we're actually going to use Google to find a page on Amazon that is going to show us all of the products that are currently selling very successfully and are on high demand on Amazon right now. By the way, this page is updated every hour to show you up to the date what products are selling successfully on Amazon. Now, why is that important to us? Well, there's a lot of people that have a big misconception that they have to come up with some fancy product. It has to be something that no one else is selling so that they're the only person selling it. And that's how you get success on Amazon. And the truth is, that's actually the opposite of what you want to do. What you really want to do is you want to sell your own branded version of a product that's selling already successfully on Amazon, right? Already has demand, already is proven that people want this product. They want to buy it, right? Now, we've already talked about on the webinar, that making your own brand of a product is very easy. You go to Fiverr or 99 Designs, you have a logo and a label created, it's very cheap, and then you find a supplier and you just give your label to the supplier slaps it on the blank product, and boom, there you go. Simple as that. So we've already covered that, but the real question is, what product do I sell, and how do I know that the product will be successful? So what we're going to do is we're going to type in top 100 bestsellers on Amazon, click it, and again, if you're in the UK or Canada or wherever you are, you'll want to type in top 100 bestsellers on Amazon, Canada or UK or wherever, right? I'm going to search for the United States since that's where I'm located, and I'll click the first link, which is up here. Now it's going to bring me to this page that shows me Amazon's best-selling products. Again, these are our most popular products based on sales updated hourly. So this is literally like the holy grail of picking products that are successful on Amazon. Amazon's literally showing you all the products that are selling very, very successfully on their platform at this very, very time right now. Isn't that powerful? It's showing you what you should be selling. Hey, all these products are selling really good. You should sell your own brand of this product, and you can get similar results to the people that are selling good. Now, with that said, there are some criteria that you want to follow, and some things that you want to avoid doing. For example, you don't want to sell in toys and games. You don't want to have to develop your own board game or your own card game. It just makes it too hard. And you quite frankly don't want to compete with Cards Against Humanity or Speak Out or any of these big games that are already doing really well. You also don't want to sell your own version of an Amazon Echo machine. Obviously, you're not going to develop one of your own, right? You're not going to want to sell film against Fujifilm. You're not going to want to sell a instant camera against Fujifilm, right? That's a big brand that's dominating the space, right? You don't want to sell clothing because you don't want to sell jeans and compete with Levi's, or any of those big clothing brands. We don't cover, selling books. You definitely don't want to sell used books, and we don't cover how to write your own book and all that stuff. We're focused on making it easy by selling physical products. Now, with that said, obviously I've already told you, you don't want to sell brand-dominated products or anything like that. I'm going to show you now what categories you can find good products in. Automotive, right? Certain baby products. I wouldn't sell like consumables for babies, but other products are good in baby. Beauty, right? And you're looking for categories where you can sell products that are in high demand, that sell well, but the consumers aren't necessarily looking for an exact brand. They don't really care about the brand, right? Let's see. Cell phones and accessories. Not necessarily the cell phones, but the accessories are good. Grocery and gourmet food. Health and personal care, which includes supplements. Home and kitchen is good. Kitchen and dining has some good stuff in it. Patio, lawn, and garden, you can find some good stuff. Certain office products, pet supplies, sports and outdoors. So obviously you can see that there are a ton of categories to choose from. In this example, I'm going to go over kind of like a mini case study. We're going to choose pet supplies because pets are a big part of a lot of people's lives. So when we click on pet supplies, we go into basically the best-selling products inside of pet supplies during this current time. So we see that the number one bestseller is these training pads. We have some dog food. We have a dog toy. We have a litter tray. Looks like it's some joint health for dogs. some bedding. So let's go ahead and like break this down. Number one, remember, we're not going to want to sell things that are brand dominated. Dog food is brand dominated, so we're not going to want to sell that, right? Dog toys, though, nobody buys a specific brand of toy, right? They don't care what the brand of toy is. So toys could be a good one. The pee pads, nobody buys a specific brand of pee pad. They don't really care, right? So that's another good opportunity. Joint supplements. You're not buying a specific brand of joint supplement for your dog. You don't really care as long as it fits your criteria of being all natural and having a certain amount of each ingredient in it, or organic or whatever the case may be. So the brand doesn't really matter. So you have an opportunity to kind of sell your own brand, right? So you get the idea. Now, aside from that, there is another criteria, which is price. If you remember on the webinar, we have a price criteria where you want to sell products that are bare minimum $15, all the way up to $50. And that's what we call the impulse buying range. It basically means that between $15 and $50, there's not really a decision that needs to be made to buy it. You're not kind of pondering whether or not you should buy it or not. It's an impulse. You see it, you like it, you buy it, right? Anything under 15, you won't really have a ton of profit margin. 15, for most products, you'll have a decent amount of margin, a decent amount of money that you make per unit. If you go below that, that kind of declines. So we don't recommend that. And then anything above 50 becomes more of a buying decision. So we usually like to cap it off at $50. So obviously this specific pet, toy would be out because it's only $3. But you can find other dog toys that are more expensive. I know that I buy a lot of dog toys for my dog that are upwards of $15 to $20 for one toy. So there's definitely opportunities, but this specific one, wouldn't be a good one. The training pads, they are pretty close to the 15, so you might consider it, that you might even be able to sell it for 15. So that's close enough to consider. So that supplement right here, $30, that's perfect. See, we have some more training pads, except they're being sold for $20. So that's a good, one to consider. Let's see. So you get the idea, right? Now, one last thing before we're going to kind of move on to the next step of picking a good product is, you can also go into subcategories. So these are the best sellers in the pet supplies overall category, but we can find products that have a little bit less competition, but are still really good sellers inside of the subcategories here. So we've got dogs, cats, fish and aquatic pets, birds, horses, reptiles, and small animals. I'm just going to go into dogs for right now. And we'll see that obviously there were a lot of different products that were the same as what we had originally saw in the first page. But we got, again, toys, supplements. We got this dog training collar. We have this little gate. By the way, you don't want to sell products that are like super heavy. We recommend no more than 2 to 3 pounds. So just to keep that into consideration, just to keep your shipping costs low. We have like a tick collar. That could be a good one. These greeny dental chews could be good. And we could literally just go through these different pages and take a look at all of the different opportunities. We got another remote collar. We got some dog waste bags. So yeah. And then again, we just keep going through all the results and we can compile all of the opportunities. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click on one of these. So let's go back to the pet supplies and we'll pick a random one. Let's say we'll pick, we'll pick this supplement, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, you know, if we could beat this person. So my next step is, okay, I've identified that this product fits my criteria, right? It's a bestseller, so it's in high demand. It's selling really good. It's for the price point that fits our criteria. Now let's look at their listing and see if they're doing things correctly, or is there an opportunity for me to do better than them and start selling better than them and make more money than them really, really quickly. So first things first, right off the bat, look at how bad these images are. They barely have, and look at how poorly cropped this image is. It's just kind of like a weird size image. All the other images they have is just front bottle, back bottle, and this is how big the bottle is. There's no, what I call lifestyle or action shots which mean like, the owner giving some of the supplement to the dog, or the dog kind of, in the picture with one of the bottles, something that makes it more real, right? It's more personable. So terrible images. They have the option to add 3 more images to here, and they just didn't. Whether they got lazy or complacent or whatever, they're not using their full images, which is sacrificing their results. Another thing, their title, right? Their title doesn't really give any benefits. It doesn't have any words that people would be searching for to find their product. It has like I don't even know how you say this, Cosquin, and MSM and stuff like that, but it doesn't really display any benefits of the product. Their bullet points are very short. They're not really memorable. These are where you really should, strictly give benefit-based statements about your product. It gives some benefits, but they kind of disappear in the whole grand scheme of the listing. And their product description, they don't even have a product description. Check this out. Literally, they do not. This is the product description is the place where you start to sell people on buying your product, right? So you start to really describe what it's going to do for them. Maybe some issues like, are you tired of your dog, not being able to go outside and run around and have fun because he just has sore joints all the time and is getting older? Well, that problem is now solved with blah, 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 right? They have the opportunity to really sell, the people coming to their listing, and they don't even have a product description. They just got lazy and didn't put one in. So in spite of all that, and I just want you to be really clear, in spite of all of the things that I just pointed out that they're doing wrong, they are still the number 9 seller inside of pet supplies, which means that they are doing multiple millions in sales every year on Amazon, despite all of this stuff that they could fix, right? So do you see the opportunity of selling your own branded product on Amazon, just like they're doing, except do things better than them to get better results than they're doing, right? Imagine if you were to get better results than this bestseller that's doing multiple millions just by correcting some of the errors that they're doing, right? It's powerful, powerful stuff. And I just showed you how easy it is to identify. And let's kind of just do a quick recap. I showed you how to find the Amazon bestseller page. I showed you what to avoid and what to go into. I showed you how to identify good products to sell within the categories. And then finally, once you've identified a good product, I have showed you how to kind of stack up the competition and see if there's anything that you can do better than them to really fast track your results. So that's it. Super easy, super simple.